So today's low project is going to be replacing the headlights on my 2004 Fleetwood Revolution. Of note, the headlights are available on Amazon, both listed as 2002 to 2007 Revolution Motorhome headlights, as well as what they were actually from, a Ford Contour. The listing for the Revolution headlights, I think, is $275 for the pair. It's $155 for the Contour headlights, and they're exactly the same thing. If anyone needs to replace the large fog lights, these are from a Lincoln Navigator. A dozen or so years ago, I replaced the dash air conditioning. The original 6-disc, I'm sorry, not the dash air conditioning, I have replaced that as well, but the dash radio. The original radio is out of a Ford Expedition. So if you want to change out that 6-disc CD radio that's there, and you want to make it plug and play and actually buy the kit that comes with the pigtail to make your life much easier installing it, you want to grab a radio kit for a 2003 or 4 or 5 Ford Expedition. Of note, when I did this Kenwood double-din radio, it was interesting that it was not quite double-din. So what I had to do was actually take a grinder on the bottom of the metal and grind that out. About a 1/4 inch, if I remember correctly, so that the full double-din radio would fit. It has worked well. You can also tell by looking at the AC controls that it's also, probably from the Ford Motor Company at some point. The ignition switch, however, if you ever need one of those, is actually from a 1970 to 72 Chevrolet pickup truck. Relatively inexpensive. You can buy them anywhere. So, with that being said, let me knock out these headlights real quick. It looks fairly simple and fairly straightforward. It appears from just giving it a quick eyeball that there's 3 1/2-inch bolts, already hit them with some WD-40, and 3 electrical light sockets. I'll come back on this video when I put the other ones in and show you the definite difference. The headlights that are in this motorhome are original to the motorhome. I've cleaned them on average of every couple years. The last time I did them, I cleaned them and put a clear coat over them, but they still faded out. These aftermarket Contour headlights have about from the best I can tell from the reviews, a 30% or so failure rate as far as letting moisture in over time. So what I'm probably going to do with the original headlights, which came from Ford Motor Company and are actually better quality than what you can buy now, is I'll probably sand those back down, polish them out and hang on to them in case I need them down the road. So with that being said, I hope this helps someone. I saw no videos on YouTube of swapping out these headlights on a American Coach Revolution. So I thought I'd do just a quick little video. Hopefully, like everything else, you know, it helps somebody out. So if you do, this video was helpful for you, please let me know in the comments. Thank you. Bye. Okay, I got the headlight out on the passenger side. Simple enough. It was 3 bolts, one there, and one there. As you can see, 2 of the bulbs just pulled out. Easy enough. Just a quick note, that headlight bulb, or the headlight lens, right? The easiest way to take it out is actually to lower it down to the ground. You can reach your arm through this hole and lower it down to the ground. It really doesn't want to come out the headlight hole, or twisting it around and dealing with all of this was not an easy task either. So lower it to the ground, easy enough. To take a look at new versus old, there are some differences as far as the mounting. As you can see, the old one here, I'm going to need to remove that mount and change it here. Also of note here, this light will need to be transferred over to there. It looks like the light socket, it's still on the motorhome, just pops right in here. And this, I'm not really sure why they included one light. The one on the motorhome works, so unless there's something special about this one, I'll just hang on to it for a spare. Flip them over just to give you an idea of how deteriorated the old ones are compared to the new ones. So I think this ought to be quite the difference. I don't do a lot of driving at night. We typically, when we travel, you know, we're in no rush, and we normally like to get off the road by 7:30, 8 o'clock. So, but there has been occasions where I noticed the lights were getting dim. And looking at the comparison, there's an obvious reason why. So hopefully I don't have any moisture issues, as some of the reviews have noted with the new lights. But like I said earlier, I will clean up the old ones, which have never had any moisture issues in the 20-year life of the motorhome. They've just had UV issues with the sun. So I probably will clean those up and hang on to them just in case I have issues with the new ones. The new ones at $155 is you know, you get what you pay for it. The original Ford stuff, of course, is long since been discontinued. So it's like anything else you buy off of Amazon, whether it's cheap carburetors or whatever. I haven't looked at the country of origin on these, but I'm sure it's probably China. If I find out different, I'll let you guys know in the comments. Again, purpose of this video, I'm not a YouTuber by any means, but when I search for something and I can't find it and I'm doing the job anyway, it's good to try and help out the fellow RV community. I know a lot of folks, Revolutions with this headlight part were manufactured from 2002 through and including 2007. So a lot of them on the road. with headlights that look like my old ones. So I'll come back when it's all done and just give a shot of the lights with them both in. I'll update the video if I run across any issues with fit or finish or any of that. But it looks like a very simple, less than an hour job for the average person with a 1/2 inch wrench and a 1/2 inch socket and ratchet. So I'll come back. This really does show the difference between old and new. Of course, when they're on the motorhome, they don't look quite as bad as they actually are. So anyway, pretty easy job. You do got to be careful getting the bolts out and transferring the bolt clips from one headlight to another. Getting them off when they're all rusty is kind of a challenge. Also, when undoing the mounting bolts, I supported the mounting bracket with a pair of vice grips so that I wouldn't rip the other end of the bracket out of the fiberglass, because it is just attached. I guess if that happens to you, a little JB Weld would make it as good as new probably. Okay, let me get back at changing out the driver's side. Well, both lights are in. Took about an hour or so. They definitely look much better. So we shall see how they hold up over time. Again, purpose of this video was to hopefully help someone. If it did, please leave a comment down below. Thank you. Well, she is finished, all put back together. I'm happy so far. Hopefully they hold up.